Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your bonus elemental energy reading for the elemental energy of air. Air covers the zodiac signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you're Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or have air high up in your chart, then this message is for you. If you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description. It's not a sponsored link or anything like that. It's just a tool that I've used through Llewellyn, and it's their natal chart, and it gives you the base 12 houses with all the little signs and symbols, and then there is a 10 to 20 page description of what all those little scribbles mean. I'm not good with astrology, so it's a very helpful thing when you have it in paper to stare at and study and meditate on. And I'm currently shuffling and pulling cards for the reading right now. And how I do my bonus readings is I use the basic Celtic cross layout, but I have a couple of alterations I've made because it makes more sense for how I read. So you'll notice those as we're going through. It's not the standard Celtic cross. And then after we get done with the cards, or the tarot, we'll look at the oracle and see what other messages come through. So if you are ready, and if you see something different with the cards other than the intuitive insights that I'm bringing up, feel free to comment down below. I don't use the traditional tarot methods because those don't work for me, honestly, but the intuitive aspect is a little bit more free-flowing, and that's where my intuition kicks in better. So where you are in the moment, your significator, we are at the Queen of Cups, air, and the Queen of Cups is saying that you've achieved a great deal, and you've earned your dominion, so to speak, over a more emotional state. So in this moment, you're ready, you're guarding and protecting, getting ready to hatch out your next dream, vision, or ability, and you're observing not illusion, the ghost, I guess you'd say, of what you're trying to create here. So this is the physical representation over here. This is the spiritual side, and you are in that state of, how do I build these two together and reset? I'm getting this very strong energy for you, that you are in this state of, I've done all this stuff, I've built all these things, I have this physical thing that I'm about to start. How do I infuse this energy into it? And it's really a positive feeling, because you're getting ready to overcome this next challenge, and you're starting to see the vision of what it could be in the physical product that you have, or the physical aspect that you're experiencing. The contrarian energy, which is your obstacle, challenge, or crossing energy, is number 4, the Emperor. There is a divine masculine aspect here, and it could be a man, it could be someone who's a little more masculine or dominant, that is kind of getting in your way. And that's not a bad thing, air. It's just saying that you need to be aware of what this person is. It might be that they are showing up purposely to challenge you. They might be showing up to purposely strengthen you, but they're going to do it in a way that in the moment you're going to really not like that person. And that's this energy of your crossing, because you have this vision, you have this entire thing that you've built out, and it's starting from an egg, and you're ready to protect and guard and guide it. But you've got this other energy over here that is pushing back on you, saying, are you sure? Do you know what you're doing? And it's very aggressive in how it's coming across, but it's not doing it in a way to harm. That's the one thing about this. This challenge is to strengthen you. So see how that's playing out in your life right now, because I am really feeling this more masculine energy is pushing and pushing, saying, I know you have the ability and development. You want to protect? How are you going to do that if you can't stand up to me type energy? So see how this plays out for you, and don't turn on people. Learn from people right now. That's what's important here. Your higher self is the Two of Swords, and this energy is the highest aspect of who you are. The Two of Swords are saying it's okay to take a rest. It's okay to step away from the chaos. The swords are here to guide you and direct you. This is your energy that's coming in, by the way, so this really is the highest version of you. And there is a pathway to intuition and a pathway to spiritual growth, you could say, and your higher self is saying sometimes you have to find stillness and quietness to be able to move to that level, to be able to access that next version of yourself, this version that you see in your wispy illusionary cup over here, sometimes you have to find stillness for that to happen. And stillness in the face of a challenge is not always the easiest thing, but this is where growth occurs. It doesn't mean you have to change the world. It's saying change yourself and watch the world shift. Because you can't change the outside world. We'll just be really clear there. I don't care what position you think you hold. That's not how this works. So you want to get clear inside that makes the outside work better. And your shadow is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is showing there's conflict, there is fighting, and I'm also getting this energy here with this one. It's an illusionary fight. And I don't know why I'm feeling that so strongly, but Air, this is an illusion. You think you're having to fight the dragons. You think you're having to fight the demons. But the reality is, it's your mirror. You're not fighting anything but yourself at this point. And that's why your higher self is saying in stillness, you connect to that intuition, you'll be able to overcome. You want to know how to best protect your egg and build this future that you see in the wisps of smoke. Your challenger's coming in saying, are you strong enough? Are you sure you're ready for this? Because here it comes. Your shadow is saying, a lot of the things that you're fighting against, a lot of the stuff that you're pushing back on, that you've had to overcome, yes, it's helped you grow, but how much of it has been of your own doing? It's an illusion that it's an outside force. So your higher self is really saying, cut the illusion, get back to who you are. The other stuff is not necessary. Your shadow is like, you want to keep playing this game, you're the one with the paint and the pen in your hand, change the story. It's yours to change, Air. Your immediate future, or past, sorry, the last 1 month, 6 months, or a year, is the Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles is Earth, which is your opposite. There is success here, but it's not your success. It's other people's success. You just happen to be brought along for the ride, and you're okay with that, but now you're in that Queen of Cups era where you're like, I'm going to make my own success. I'm going to overcome this on my own, which is fine. But your past is showing you there are ways to do it that maybe are a little different than what you think. There are ways to achieve this, but do you have the knowledge and the skill to do that on your own? The Ten of Pentacles was giving you a lot of good opportunities. It was a challenge because you're like, but I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it my way. And they're like, okay, yes, you can do it that way, but we're going to give you the heads up. There's a challenge, whole thing that you're wanting to build there may be a challenge. So look to your past and see the successful people around you because your past had success. You were involved in that. It may not have been the way you thought it should have went, and that's fine. But how are you going to build upon what you already know to achieve the next level? That's this dichotomy of you have this, you're ready to start your next path, but you're not sure about getting to that process of it hatching yet. And that's the important key here. That's why your higher self is saying in stillness you'll understand. But if you run circles in the gauntlet down here in your shadow, not so much. So your immediate future, the next 1 month, 6 months, or a year, is the Seven of Wands. This one has a couple of different interpretations, but what I'm feeling with this one is everyone's observing you. You're ready to take on all oncomers, you're ready for whatever's coming next. But you're also protecting the things that are important. Notice there's a couple little babies there. You're protecting them, but you're also willing to lead a charge. So you've got a couple of different things that are coming in here, and it's all based upon the steps that you take in this moment. Remember, your significator, which is water, this is fire, is saying, how do I get there? The fire is saying, you're going to get there, but what path are you going to choose? Are you going to take the higher path of stillness, which is leading you to leading this, or are you going to fall into the shadow, meaning this is all coming at you? Because you do have both sides of that equation at play here, and you get to make the decision. What are you choosing, Air? Your inner world, your attitude, the thoughts you're thinking in this moment, you have the Sire of Wands, again with that fire energy. And the Sire of Wands is about mastery. You could look at this almost as a Knight of Wands, so to speak. And you're in this energy of, yes, you can conquer those things, you can overcome them, but now you're ready to teach the next generation. This is you, this is the next generation. You're here to show what you've learned, But mind you, a knight is not a king, therefore you don't know everything yet. And that's where the wisdom of the knight comes in. You know what you know, you also realize that's not everything. So you're willing to continue to grow, and as you grow and expand and learn, you pass your information along. Because notice who's holding the wand here? The little guy. Because you're trusting him with the knowledge. You're trusting the next generation, the next person with this wisdom and knowledge. So in your inner world, you know what you need to learn. You also know what you don't know. Like, you know the area you're not sure of yet. But you're not going to close off the people behind you. You're not going to pull up the ladder saying, I made it this far, you figured it out on your own. Your inner world is really saying, you're so compassionate that yes, you've earned this, but now you're going to help the next generation. So it's really a strong indicator of your passion for teaching and growth, and your inner compassion is what I'm feeling, because you want to be able to help and share with other people. It's just not it's not the thing that you're comfortable with, or it doesn't come easy to you. You want to do it, but you're just not sure how. Your attitude, or your outside world, the environment around you, things that are outside of your control but do influence you, is the Lovers, number 6. And this is about finding balance. The outside world is seeking to come into alignment with you. It wants to help you find balance. What I'm feeling here is, with the fire aspects of the wands and the cups, this is you against yourself. Your outside world, your environment, is really saying, let us help you. Let us get you into alignment here. You know what you're capable of doing, but we see where you could be improved upon, where there are things that you could learn, grow, and expand from. They want to help as you are trying to help. So this is not a one-way street. Your inner world is saying, I want to teach, I want to grow, I want to help. And the outer world is saying, let us show you how. So you've got a very interesting balance starting to form here. History, not so great. Future, looking good if you choose the right path. And that's what's coming up here with the Sire of Wands and the Lovers. Your hopes and fears. This is the Page of Pentacles, again with the Earth, which is your opposite. The page is an apprentice. The page is an underling. So when we look at this, it's a small fear. It's not something big. But the fear is, I only have this one version of life. I can only do this one thing, and this is the only way I'm going to make my millions, or find the perfect person, or fill in the blank here. But that's a weird fear to have, that you only have the one path. What about that door back there? What about this door? And what about this little dude up here watching you? The hope is that you're going to listen to some higher guidance, and you're going to seek out other alternatives or other options. There's no such thing as only one when it comes to the everyday world. Spirituality is a little different, but the everyday world, and that's where I'm feeling this energy is setting, the fear of, I only can do this one way, and if I fail, I'm done, is not helping you, Air. It's the hope of, okay, this is a good option. I got this down. What else is going on around me? Because if you look, he's got a lot of options going on, but he's focused on just the one. This guy, you got a door back here. There's something down here. You have more options available to you. Don't put your blinders on. So your overall outcome for this reading is again with the Earth, this is weird, the Sire of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is you. Your outcome is actually being able to show other people, to guide them into the next steps. But this is not something that you have done on your own. You have sought out the guidance, you have looked within, you have destroyed the illusions that were really getting in your way anyway, and this has allowed you to achieve your success. And that success is allowing you to show the next generation, the next level, the people coming up behind you. Because as with the Seven of Wands, you are at the center of a lot of things right now. You're either going to lead or be attacked. What direction do you go is what direction you're working with. Your higher self, coming into silence and stillness and allowing yourself to step forward. In confidence, you will lead. Looking at the illusion of fear and doubt, you will be attacked. Not literally, obviously, but it's that energy of where are we going and what's really happening here, because you've got a lot of movement here. And Air, you've got the best of intentions. Seek out that higher guidance and see how they push back on you. They're going to challenge you. It's not because you're not good enough, it's because you have things to learn. Use that as the best tool to move forward. Your underlying theme to all of this is the Hierophant, number 5, which actually works well with this card. This is your challenge, the pushback. This is the one that can sharpen you, and it's going to challenge you. But your Hierophant is the High Priest. This is the voice of the God in this world. If we're going to look from a spiritual perspective, this is God. This is the voice of God, because I look at divine as the God and Goddess. So this is the voice of this. The voice of God, the voice of the divine masculine is saying, you know how to do this. You need guidance. Your underlying theme here is seeking out wisdom so that you will grow and guide others as you are willing to be led. It's not a matter of I'm going to forge my own way and to heck with the rest of it, because you're going to end up lost. So let's just put that out there. But that's not always a bad thing, because sometimes you'll end up in somewhere else. But why not take an easier path, the higher path? Line up with your intuition, take the time to find stillness, and watch how the universe responds to you. So let's hop over here to our oracle cards. Before I do that, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you enjoy this type of content, and again, feel free to let me know in the comments what your thoughts, feelings, and impressions are from any of the cards I'm holding. If you have a specific question in mind, you can push pause, focus on that question. We'll see if Source brings through the answer, or you can just listen along and we will see if it's an answer to a question or a clarification for the reading. So your first oracle card is Face Your Fears. Release the power of fear. The first thing, as soon as I saw the name of this card, I thought Destroy the Illusions. When you face your fears, excuse me, you're able to unlock confidence. It doesn't mean you're not going to be scared later. It just means you're equipped to handle it. We all face our fears. Every day of our lives, we face some fear. Whether it's going out in public, whether it's getting up in front of people, whether it's pushing play on that YouTube video, whatever it is you're doing, you're facing fears. When you start to really tap into how much God's source is working with you and aligned with you, facing those fears doesn't seem so scary anymore. They're still going to cause that heart palpitation, that little catch in your throat when you're breathing, but you also know that you can handle it. You are setting yourself up for a great deal of success when you choose the right path here. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have challenges and that you're not going to be afraid. It's saying that you have the confidence and the strength to stand up to those fears. Your second card is Leadership. Set your goals. How do you know where you're going to go if you don't have a goal focused? You are in the energy of the Queen of Cups. You have the egg, you have dream. What's your steps? That's the part that you're working on this month, is getting those steps in place. When you do that, you will start to reveal the leadership ability that you have. Other people are watching you, whether you realize it or not, or like it or not. There are people observing you. And when you start to embrace the power of what Source has made you and your gifts and talents that are unique to you, each person watching this has their own unique gifts and talents. And when you can embrace that, you become a leader in your own right. Yes, you've had other people guiding you and showing you how to achieve that, your history with the Ten of Pentacles. And you integrate that into what you're trying to build, the Queen of Cups, it puts you in a position to lead the charge. So you're in the right energy. It's that whole get into alignment with yourself, with God's source, and notice how your attention shifts. Things that these are very important details, and then you get into alignment, you're like, no, those aren't. I'm going to put them over here, because it suddenly is not important anymore. Your final oracle card is Memories. Cherish the memories of loved ones. This is this ancestral energy that comes forward, and it's saying, remember those who went before you. If they're still alive and you're not living in the same town, or if the people have passed over, cherish those memories and use those memories in how they responded to challenges. How did they deal with situations? And how did it show up for you? If they can do it, so can you. So even those days when you're struggling, not sure what to do next, when you can remember what other people have went through that are close to you, family, friends, etc., you start to realize, you know what, we're all going to stumble through this life. We're all here to learn, and we're all here to grow. Embrace the memories of those who've went before and the loved ones that you have, and feel how they would respond as you succeed or as you slip. When you slip, they're going to comfort and they're going to pick you back up. You might have that one person who laughs at you while you're picking up, but that's probably your best friend, so there's that. But you also have the energy of when you succeed, who's your loudest cheerleaders in the physical world and in the spiritual world? Because those memories keep people alive. It's the memories that makes things immortal. I mean, the soul's immortal anyway, but remembering those specific aspects. So you're in this really strong energy of shifting and changing here, Air. You have a lot of growth available to you. There are challenges, but it's what you do with those challenges that leads to either success leading the charge with leadership and memories and facing fears, or if you fall to the illusion and you stumble into the other side. You'll get out of it, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this is a be-all, end-all if you happen to wander down the wrong path. You wander down there, catch yourself, move, you'll be fine. That's what I'm seeing with this energy. But why take the extra challenge along the way? Why not just make it easier and work with the energy that's coming forward here? At least that's the laughing way my guides are bringing it up. So with that, I will let you guys and gals go. Have a great rest of your month. Air, take the time for silence and stillness. Do the things that feed your soul. And notice how the world shifts because of that. Have a great rest of your month.